Hi. It's a beautiful day here in Philadelphia in the middle of February. It's about 70 degrees. And so on such a great day, I thought I'd take a moment and discuss something near and dear to all of us: publishing as a business. Here's the deal. Writing and authoring is one side of the publishing business. Make no mistake, publishing absolutely is a business. We are in the business of selling people's words, combined into a book in most instances, and certainly other formats as well, but the book is the main thing. Now, it's not like a manufacturer of bread. You go out to a store and you buy a loaf of Wonder Bread, and they don't have any Wonder Bread, so you buy Pepperidge Farm. Probably not a good comparison, but never mind that for a minute. There's no real emotional connection between the buyer of the bread and the bread. There's a very strong emotional connection, however, with book purchases. You have a book that you really like, the way it's laid out, the way the author approaches the subject. There's an emotional connection that's made, and it comes from the author making that connection to begin with. And we publishers understand that connection. We absolutely do. But in the final analysis, it's a business. And that's where you can get into a little bit of difficulty. An author who's very, very tied, emotionally tied to the words. And the publisher, I'm pointing this way because F.A. Davis has 2 buildings here in Philadelphia, and the main administration is across the street, so I'm pointing over there. But that's okay. The author, the publisher, and in the middle is the acquisitions editor, or the sponsoring editor, depending on where you work. And the sponsoring editor, the acquisitions person, is responsible for guiding, and assisting the author bring her vision to fruition. I said her, don't bug me about the her, his stuff. I'm going to stick with her for today. The publisher also is tied and is part of the acquisitions person. He pays my bills. Signs my check. He doesn't pay my bills. I do that, but he signs my check. Talking about Rob Craven, our president. And so I owe allegiance to him as well. And in the final analysis, my main allegiance, this is true for every single acquisitions editor or sponsoring editor, my final allegiance is to him. It's not to the author. That allegiance both ways is very, very strong. But it cannot be, in the final analysis, to the author, because the author doesn't sign my check. Rob does. And that's where that decision about business comes in. When you're an author, and you've put your sweat and tears into a book, and we on the other end have put our sweat and tears into publishing it, and for one reason or another it doesn't sell, or it doesn't sell as well as we thought it would, we have to make a very difficult business decision whether or not we're going to revise a book. Or it's a proposal that the proposal author really wants to publish. They've been dreaming about doing this, or they've been thinking about a book like this for years in many cases. And they put the proposal together, and we get it reviewed by people who might adopt the book, and reviewers are a little wishy-washy on it. They're not sure. We have to make a decision to publish the book or not, to go forward or not. Authors, potential authors, don't take this stuff personally. This is business. There's always a financial aspect to every piece of the pie in publishing. And it doesn't all have to do with the author. It has to do with business. And so that my own authors don't get a little worried, I'm talking about this not in relation to anything that's happened even recently, but it's been on my mind for lots of different reasons, because it does happen. I do reject proposals. I do reject projects and have to deny them publication. I have to tell authors, listen, I can't do another edition of that book. We didn't sell enough of the first one. So, take it easy, authors. Take heart. The editor that you're working with is pulling for you, really is. but there's business sometimes that it kind of gets in the way. And I think the more authors understand that, the better and stronger actually that relationship can be. Have a great weekend and a great spring.